we come to the four-wheel drive recovery hitches like these, and these are things you can use. So we'll use this metal one first of all. That just pops in like that, and then the pin goes in, and this one's designed for a metal shackle, so then we can take a metal shackle like that and pop it through. So this is what it looks like with a proper four-wheel drive recovery hitch. We've got resistive force there, we've got recovery force at this point, and they are exactly in line so that there is no additional stress on the recovery hitch itself or on the tow bar. Now there's two ways you can orient these, and I'll just take that out again.
Worn when it counts. Shop Arc'teryx.
Yes, girl.
Can you believe it? I finally found the one.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you know I was talking about the BMW.
Now, if you orient it like that, then the shackle can move like so, and then there's no abrasion. But if we orient it like this, which is how people normally do it, when the shackle moves like that, there can be significant abrasion. And that can actually start to damage the rope and also then put a bit of a side load on things which aren't necessary. If we have it like this, then we don't get that side loading. There's not as much of a moment, and then the rope can obviously not abrade. Now, it will abrade if we do this, but in four-wheel drive recovery, generally the change of direction is from side to side, not so much up and down. So I generally orient my recovery hitches this way round, and also with the pin up, because that way it won't vibrate out. If it's like this, it can vibrate out, which is not ideal, and then we get that problem. So this is quite a good hitch because it's got two holes here. We can go for either orientation, so that's the sort of hitch I like. But I don't like it quite as much as I like this one, because this one was actually given to me by George 4x4. It's got three holes, so we can decide how far in we're going to place it. So we could put it in that far. That's the first one, and I don't know if it can go in all the way. Okay, it can. That's probably too short for it, and that's medium one's probably ideal. Now, what you want to do is minimise that length, because the further it comes out, let's say it came out like this, if we pull it to the side, then we get more of a force pulling it to one side, and that's not ideal. We want to keep that as close into the bar as we can for vertical and horizontal, so that allows you some flexibility as to how far it comes in and out. The other reason I like this hitch is, let's just put it back in there, because it can take a soft shackle like that, and it can actually take a pretty large soft shackle. This one is 22 tons, so that one will actually fit through there like that, and come out. It can also take a metal shackle as well, so you can pop that through there. So you've got complete flexibility, so I really like that. Now, when I test recovery gear, I do test it with a few different items. What I found is that this one doesn't quite fit. It actually should be a 4 3/4 ton shackle, should fit, doesn't. This one is also a 4 3/4 ton shackle, and it does fit. So I don't know exactly what's going on there. Possibly this shackle is slightly damaged or something, I don't know. But I think what I'll do, I'll just probably retire this shackle from my equipment, because it's clearly not quite the same size as some of the others. I'm going to put that one to the side there. So yeah, pretty keen on this, and also it's fairly light. It's actually lighter than this one, and it's got a working load limit of 5,000 kilograms, which is plenty for what I need to be able to do. The second point is that the bend radius is quite small here. That's and the smaller the bend radius, the weaker it will be. Whereas with the soft shackle going through here, you can see it's a greater bend radius, which is also good.
Now for the pin, we've got here our recovery force that's pulling it downwards in this case, and we've got two resisting forces there, and that means that we're actually placing a fair bit of stress on the centre of that pin. Again, not ideal. It is pretty strong, but just avoid it if you can. And you can avoid that force concentrated in one place simply by using a recovery hitch, which then spreads that load far equally across the pin and reduces significantly the chances of bending it. Now, soft shackles are vulnerable to abrasion and damage, so you should only use equipment which is designed for soft shackles specifically. And this is what I mean. Take a look at the holes here. You can see the orange one is beveled and chamfered, whereas the steel one is very sharp, and that means that it's likely to damage the soft shackle.
So I hope that gives you an overview into how to use your tow bar as a recovery point. As I say, pick yourself up something like this and a soft shackle or two. But as ever with all recovery kit, do make sure that you attach everything to it before you go, because there's nothing worse than finding out the shackle or the soft shackle you've got, or the rope doesn't actually fit whatever your recovery gear or recovery point you've got.